Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and I'm so glad you are watching this video. That means you are taking the first step already to leaving your old habits. Whatever it is, maybe smoking, maybe drinking, maybe scrolling to social media for hours and wasting your time, whatever it is. Today, I will be giving you a very good answer and step by step of how you can literally change the way you think, and literally no matter how many times you have tried to leave those old habits, bad habits, this time it's gonna be done forever and you would be free from it. First of all, I'm very proud of you that you are literally taking this first step and you will be changing your life forever from after this video. So let's get straight into it. Let's go. First thing I want to literally make you aware is so many times in your life you have taken a drastic decisions. Like if you think about where like you have made decisions in your life that have impacted a lot in your life and has changed the workflow and your direction in your life. I want you to feel what kind of emotions you were feeling during those like the emotions you felt during taking those decisions. That those emotions could be used. Those emotions could not be just have to be like implemented when you are experiencing something, but you can actually implement and actually get those emotions for leaving a bad habit also. So the first things I want you to realize is that if you want to leave a bad habit, for example, if I say I want to leave smoking, okay, so why do you want to leave smoking? So you might say that I want to be healthy, or for any person who is in the age of like parenthood or any grandchildren's having like all those kind of situation, they might be saying that I want to play with my children's more, I want to go out and play with my grandchildren's more, and sort of those kind of stuff. So I want you to know what you really want and why do you want to leave that old habit. Because it could be like, for example, if you're scrolling for social media for hours and wasting your time, why are you wasting your time would be your question, and you would be thinking that I want to implement this time that I'm wasting on social media to another thing. Okay, so it is very important you to put a new habit in the place of the old habit. This is the first step that you have to take. If you want to lose, like if you want to leave the habit of smoking, for example, you have to reciprocate and implement a new habit in replace of that old habit. Like for example, if you have a reason that you want to be healthy in your life, you want to be healthy and that's why you want to quit the smoking, I want you to realize that you have to implement a new habit. For example, just start small, eating green veggies, start eating fruits, start eating like protein in your daily basis life for healthier version of you. Okay, so you need to implement a healthier habit in replace of those old habit for it to be sustainable. Second and the most important step is what's stopping you. Okay, we have a tendency to normalize a lot of bad habits by time to time. Okay, so first thing I want you to do is stop normalizing it. What do I mean by that is, when you're having a bad, like you have a habit of smoking, when you say what's stopping you, it's not the cigarettes. Okay, it's not the cigarettes, it's the pleasure behind it that you think is, that's what you're stopping you. Okay, so I want you to denormalize it. When I ask you what's stopping you, your answer should be my decision to kill myself by taking a cigarette instead of saying anything else. Okay, you need to denormalize it, because we normalize having a cigarette. That's why it's very easy for us to get into the state of mind of actually again and again smoking and not able to actually leave it. You have to denormalize it in your brain and you have to think that this shit is killing me and I will leave it. And you need to denormalize it, because we normalize having a cigarette. That's why it's very easy for us to get into the state of mind of actually again and again smoking and not able to actually leave it. You have that cigarette is not the problem. The problem is my emotions. The problem is me normalizing having it. Okay, now the third is my favorite step of leaving the bad habit, and it is tapping into your subconscious mind. And it is very easy. Let me tell you how you will do it, like within a minute. Imagine a scenario where you are offered, for example, when you are leaving smoking, someone offered you a cigarette, and imagine the scenario: you're standing confidently and the version of you that is healthy and literally disciplined and trying to leave is saying no to that, okay, and walking away from that, okay, because you just had a build of habit that with like leaving the new habit that you gained for leaving the smoking is walking. So you just started walking and you walked away from that place and you have left the by saying no. How would you feel at that time? Wouldn't be proud of yourself? You will be very proud of yourself. You will be very happy. You will be so confident and so disciplined. I want you to feel that way. Okay. I want you to literally imagine yourself saying no to that thing when that thing is offered to you. How would that make you feel? Wouldn't it be amazing? So that will help you to actually constantly, week by week, say that to yourself. Imagine that scenario in your heart and it will definitely help you actually copy that. Just copy that scenario when the real situation comes. Whenever you have an urge of doing that, the old habits, you would just recall what happiness it brought when I actually said no to it. So that will help you tap into your subconscious mind and actually create a reality where you're saying no to that old habit. Thing that I want you to realize is that you have to set a standard and association with it. Okay. When you said that I want to leave I'll give you the entire example with smoking. Okay. So you can just resonate it with your own habit. You're saying that I want to leave smoking and you want to like be healthy. What is the value and standards you actually have in yourself? Like the literally standards, you respect yourself, right? You love yourself. That's why you have a standard that you want to be literally healthy in place of actually smoking. That is a great initiative. Now the problem where it lies and why we are not able to actually overcome is because we are not able to challenge our core beliefs. Okay, the core beliefs that have been actually set up because of the old habits and because of our patterns, we need to now start questioning it. Question yourself, like for example, in the case of smoking, if I am healthy, if I want to be healthy, if that is what I want in my life, is smoking really helping me to be happy and be healthy? Am I literally not big enough? Is my belief system not big enough to literally leave this small habit? Regardless of any situations, can I just leave it? Can I stand a new core belief in myself that this is not a small thing? First thing, not normalize it. Don't normalize your old habits. That's what makes you go right back into it because you just cannot get over it. Denormalize it. It's not a normal thing. It's a bad thing. You want to leave it. So starting with the standards of values that you put into your life is like, for example, if a person says that I'm very overreactive, I react over in many situations. Is overreacting is a true self of me? Am I a loving person? Am I a humble person? Does a humble person really overreact all the time? So these are the questions literally will help you, like questioning yourself and questioning your core beliefs that has been set because of those old habits will literally help you focus to get into that state of appreciation and will help you to actually break into old thought processes. The next step is breaking the old patterns. Now, how are we going to do it? Like example for that is a very like childish example. When a kid like looks or gets burned by a burning utensil or something, the instant reaction is to shock and the hurt that he feels, right? So after that, he is very scared and had a fear of that not happening ever again. Okay. If we, for example, see water and electric appliance like close to each other, we have a tendency to literally just do something about it, right? That is the reaction and scenarios we have in our mind. So I'm going to tell you how this is going to help you to break the old patterns. Okay. Now I want you to realize what you wanted in your life, right? You literally listed the things that you want in your life when I asked you, what do you want? Imagine not getting them ever again. Like you want to be healthy, you're never going to be healthy. Imagine, like literally imagine and see yourself in 20, 30 years that I have not achieved this. I can never be healthy, and see yourself, envision yourself, how would you be looking? How will you be sounding if in the case of like smoking? how will you be sounding, how will you be looking, how weak you will become, and like you can never be healthy. You will never be healthy. We are gonna go to the pain, okay? We are going to the pain side to go to the pleasure side. This is the pain side. Why is this important? Is because as long as we feel the old habits are more pleasurable, we will not be able to associate with the pains that is gonna cause it if we don't leave it. Okay, so I want you to associate the old habits more with pain and less with the pleasure. So that will help you to leave those old habits and actually achieve leaving it in the long run. Now, the next step is building the NNN system, new neutral net system. What does that mean? Is when you are actually we have a tendency to have a stimulus and reaction response. Okay, what does that mean? Is whenever you, for example, in this example of smoking, whenever you talk about the cigarettes, when you see them, when you smell them, you have a stimulus of actually wanting one and want to get one. Okay, so the response to it is going and get one, right? So I want you to change that response, because we have just analyzed the pain that is gonna cause with it, right? So now every time that you inhale and every time you go to smoke, recall the pain that you just recalled in your mind, and you imagine that every puff you take and inside your body, destroying your body and actually making you closer to what you imagine the pain it's gonna give you. This is a habit and this is a pattern which I want you to implement, so that your nervous system and brain will work and associate that habit with the pain in compared to the pleasure that you feel at that moment. Associate, this is a practice, guys. This is not a one-time thing. You have to practice this day in, day out, week by week, and you will literally achieve it. Your mind will literally work if you just work for it. Okay, so I want you to associate, practice this every time you go back to that old habit. Practice it and immediately, and on that spot, say to yourself that this is causing me the pain. Every time I'm doing this, this is the pain I'm associating it with. Associate, like actively give your neurosystem the signals and stimulus that this habit is associated more with the pain as compared to the pleasure. Last and the most important step is reinforce the new habit and patterns. Okay, what I want you to do is, whenever someone talks about that old habit in like around you, start yicking on it. Start being like, what the hell are you talking about? That is shit. I don't even do that. I don't even believe in that. That is a bad thing. Okay, for example, someone talks about smoking or offering you a cigarette, like act like, oh my god, what the hell? No way, dude, I'm not taking that shit. React accordingly. Okay, that will give you a mental, literally habitual thinking of actually wanting that personality that is not like restricted to that habit. People, they see, the cigarettes are not the problem, the smoking is not the problem is your stimulus, your response and your emotions associated with that thing. Many people will see the cigarettes and will literally say, this is sucks, this smells bad, this is bad. Why? Because they associate it with bad thing. Their emotions work differently, and that's why they don't smoke. So you have to get into those emotions in order to leave those cigarettes. Simple as that. Okay, so enforce, when talk about people, tell them that you are leaving this habit, you are literally finally so happy, I'm over the fear of not able to leave the old habits. And that's how you reinforce the new habits, like the replacement that you have actually built in replacement of those old habits, like walking, eating green foods, eating fruits, eating like green vegetables or whatever, or going for a walk, whatever you have chosen. Choose those old habits and tell people around you, happily encouraged and like motivated, that I'm gonna be leaving this habit and I'm actually starting to go for a walk and I've started all those things. So guys, this is how you can literally practice and leave the old habits in your life, and this will really work because I have implemented it myself and it really works. Okay, focus on literally getting into that state of mind that that old habit does not resonate with you, try to change your stimulus, try to change your response to those old habits, and build a habitual and active practice of actually responding to those old habits, because that is the way how you will leave it in the long run. When you stop responding it in the same way, when you stop normalizing it, you will be able to change it. So I hope you like this video, and I hope this literally helps you to make changes in your life. So please subscribe if you really enjoyed and lit helpful. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Bye.